course, there were again toilets, baths for
the
everyone.
men's,
But
the
this
elite
was,
men's
just
toilets.
for men and for elite. For how many people do you think it was?
2.
People used to sit.
I don't think so.
You should imagine the people used to sit
One next to
at
the
the
other.
back next to each other,
Like in the theater.
half circle.
Yes, like in today's
Like
theater.
in a
Yeah.
theater,
To have
next to each other
conversations.
at the back, and where they sat was covered again. This was the place people went to the toilets, not because they were public toilets, of course, but they went there to meet other people, to talk about the most important things, the topics, what was actual in the city. There were public toilets were the places actually where you heard
The news.
about the new gossip.
Well, they were saying
And
the best
that's
ideas
why
come from there.
they were the most important places.
Well, what kind of gossip will it be?
Oh, yes, well, anything.
And this was
The Roman baths were
Mustafa,
this. One of the
if it
baths.
was only for men,
We know
they were
exactly what was
discussing two things.
There's only 2 things they were discussing.
Women.
Sex. Not necessarily women.
and this was for 44 people.
Oh, 44.
44 people
Long gossip.
sitting next to. How big is your group?
Get it.
50.
Okay, then 6 people don't have any place. But otherwise, actually, 44 people used to sit next to each other at the back, and that was the latrines. But latrines, there were in Roman cities. There were so many latrines. Like in Rome, if you compare it, in Rome there were 144 latrines. We don't know how many here there used to be because not all the site is excavated at the moment. But there is another one, a smaller one, where the baths are. It's very small for 8 people, and that was just for women. This was for men.
Yeah,
It's the
before
same
you
as it
go,
ever
let me
was.
tell a little bit about latrine story. Okay, so in fact, in the past, Romans didn't have latrines. Latrines have been introduced as a place of tax collection.
A place of
Tax collection, cash tax. So because before, when the Romans needed to urinate or so on the main streets, on the side, they had urns, on the sidewalks. And then there was people, so just standing up and urinating in there. So just imagine you're urinating in the same pot with the other guy. Sometimes you could also just, so do that. So Emperor Vespasian, so when he was riding on his limo, he saw those 2 guys were just playing with each other. And he said, no, this is not neat. We Romans are very decent and very clean people. We have Roman baths. And this is disgusting. Actually, he did it on the purpose because he needed some cash income for the country, and they couldn't increase the taxes because people were objecting. So therefore, they were looking for a place for tax. So he said that from now on we're going to have latrines. So then they put the latrines, so behind the walls, and people would just go, and urinate there in exchange of money. So when you're getting inside, you pay money. When you're walking in, there's 2 buckets on one side, and then one bucket has, both of them has, some sponges in it. So you just pick up 1 or 2 sponges, and then you go in, and then you see an empty seat, and you sit there. And then after you finish, there's a little waterway in front. So
Can I
you
show
just-
it here
yes,
so that
yeah.
it's here?
That's
Because
better.
I wanted to show it, but now since you're saying it,
Yeah.
maybe it's much better. Here it is.
Yeah, you see the waterway. So there's a little canal that runs. So they are sitting on there. Whatever is dropping down, put this under the hole. And then they dip the, so the sponge in the water, and you clean yourself.
Yeah.
And then you throw it down there as well.
Oh.
So afterwards they are collecting those sponges because it's being recycled. So you have to look at the good ones, so that one, which is not really very brown. So this would be, so something, so there, for instance, I mean, it's cold sometimes, it is cold. So it's good, so if you see somebody cleaning himself, so you better wait for him. You know, so as soon as he's up, you just sit on his seat because it's not right. Or you see a guy, you know, so whom you know, so you go and sit next to him. And then you start to, of course, discuss with him and so on. But the biggest problem over here is the sound. Sometimes, because they used to eat a lot of beans in those times. So that wouldn't be really, that wouldn't be really nice. So therefore, most of the time in the center, they had a little entertainment thing, little pool, few ducks, goose, you know, so there.
What, to mask the sounds?
Yeah, you know, so if you're, you know, not able to release the, you know, so what you had to, but the sound comes, you just throw a stone to the eaves.
This is the equivalent of putting the radio on.
That's true, yes. A little distortion.
Or you have a cough.
Yeah. So the moral of this story is nothing much has changed. There's a lose for the elite. You have to pay to take it. You pay to put it in. You pay to take it
Now,
out.
so they changed the. They introduced a new technology in Japan that you don't need even, you know, so those telephones. They put the mic on your tongue and they put the ear on your ear, so you're talking and you don't have to put, you know, so something on there, and you just talk. And when you got a fax, you just have to go to toilet.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the new technology.
So if you want to know the best
When we
gossip,
were in Ephesus with you, I have a picture of this. We were standing there, you're talking, and there were the latrines there.
Yeah.
There were proper latrines.
Right.
You could, here you need imagination, but there you could really
That's
see
right.
them.
Yeah.
But Ephesus was built later than this. When was Ephesus built?
No, it's a similar time.
No,
Same
Similar time.
Contemporary. Yeah.
Almost a similar time.
But that really is fantastically preserved.
Yeah.
so it's the equivalent also of having nice books in the
this
toilet.
place was a place of pirates a long time, from 6th century until 16th century. There are all kinds of pirates were here. I mean,
Yes.
island has become the island of pirates. I mean, they say knights, but
Yeah.
The solids went down there,
yeah.
and the sponges around here.
No, sponge also you drop it
okay.
down, you know,
So there
because
must
this is
be-
clean water.
Yeah, okay.
You never dip it twice.
Okay, so there must be an underground system of water here.
That's right. There's a water canal.
Yeah.
This is an arch.
And somebody
can
at the end.
I wanted
Yeah,
to
they are collecting the
maybe
sponges.
just to the water because they needed so much water because they had so many baths and toilets here. And they had aqueducts. They brought aqueduct through the aqueduct water to the city actually, and they have a water a pipeline system here. One part you see here they had water. It came here, and then from here to the to the both sides. And from here they used to take with their sponge and clean themselves, and then they drop the
Sponge in there,
sponges. They had actually this was the system, and to the
Yeah, you'll see sponge.
Oh, yes.
marmor. They had everywhere marmor because you saw the marmor columns. They used marble columns everywhere. Actually, in Roman cities they used it because it was representative. It was elite, and they used it. And they had they used to send to their colonies marble actually, and that's how it came also to Cyprus.